All right, guys, we are back live again. Very good news. Just closed on my first property today. I'm loving life. It is looking amazing. And I want you guys to know we're going to do this TA the right way. We're not going to do the in depth shit because you guys gave me fucking a whole lot. But we are going to run over some of it. So the start is Jasmine. Jasmine was supposed to be instructed on a 4 hour in 3 days. So we're going to go with the 4 hour. The 4 hour does look like there's hidden bullish divergence. Simon did buy that. There is not a new high. So it actually sit inside of that exact idea that we potentially could be looking for a new high. I also would pull the fib real fast and just take a quick dive. You did hit 786. There's a chance we're in wave one down, wave two, and about a wave three about to crush. So I'd kind of be middle bias here. I kind of want to lean more towards a little bit more of a higher high to make that true divergence. But again, that was made here as well. So it doesn't have to actually happen. We're going to move into the 3 day view. And the 3 day view, we're currently in a buy on Simon. You do currently have a hidden bearish divergence. So I would say let's look at money flow here. Money flow is saying the same thing. Money flow is very high. Doesn't mean the worst case scenario, but I'm still on that same bias where I think we're going to have a little bit of a crash. So that's where I'm going to stand. I think Gala's on the same idea. Gala is the same exact thing. Hidden divergence here. Obviously, we're not higher than we are here, but we are higher on the RSI. So longer term ideas is still a little bit of a correction coming down. Possibly wave one down to wave two, which I think wave one up. Is wave one up done? We don't know yet, right? Not going to say it is. We're still in a buy on Simon. I would be looking for that wave two down as that correction and then look for a longer stance. I'm still bullish macro on everything, but when you go to these 3 days, they do look like they're going to end up crashing. Same thing here. Hidden divergence. Boom, boom, right? Lower RSI. I would say that we are going to go make a higher high on this one, seeing as that we don't technically have that divergence just yet. I'd be calling for Gala a new high on the 4 hour at least. Now Jupiter, strictly 4 hour charts here. Now, Clone, I don't know if this is the exact one. I think it is, but we're in the same exact stance here where we have a hidden divergence. We'd still be waiting for a higher high. That higher high already has a divergence up here, so, it's a little bit hard to tell. Um, yeah, I would say there's a hidden divergence here and here. So I would still be looking for a higher high still in the markets for Jupiter. That's a little bit of a bias there. FTM, I'm on the same idea here. We have already diverged to the top. So again, do take a little note that we could be crashing down pretty quickly here. My biggest stance with Bitcoin is still going down to about the mid 40s before you actually have a rally. So I'm going to go ahead and hold that bias overall with the market. I think everything is going to be crashing. But when it comes to these smaller time frames, these things can be a little bit more tricky. What I see here is a hidden divergence. So I would actually say that we should be having another high come from this coin. FTM should be looking for a higher high. Sol. Now Sol actually, let me see, has that divergence already, but it is a hidden divergence right here. I look here, I like this. So I would say Sol's probably still, everything's still probably going for one more little cranky high. Bitcoin on the 4 hour. Yikes. I'm not really a big fan of it. There's a big support that could be broken here. I don't think it's fully going to get broken just yet. I think we're probably going to be looking for more of this is a support. I think it's going to last. The biggest thing to question is, let's see. Yeah. So it is kind of in a middle stance here. Either it could break up or start pushing down. That's my opinion. I think you're pretty much topped out on Bitcoin. If I go to Bitcoin analysis here as well, I'll pull from the top, which is what I was waiting for, is this 786, A64. So 70K was what I was watching. We did reject it pretty nicely. So I'm kind of in that idea that we're already in a wave one, wave two, looking for a wave three down. And that target would actually be within the $53,000 range. So I would be expecting Bitcoin to start dropping to the mid 50s, and we're definitely going to go under that with wave 5. So that's the one thing I'd be looking for. When you go to a 1 day chart, now we're going to move to Cron, right? Let's go. So Cron actually has a hidden bearish divergence right now. So I'm not a big fan of it. I still think the wheat stocks are going to go low. We never got that 150 fill that I was waiting for on Cron. I think I was waiting for 160s actually, and we never got it. So I would be a little more curious to see if we can get that. We have a dot popping up. Last time we had a dot pop up, you saw what happened, major correction. And then there looks like a lower low with divergence. So this could just be like a wave one coming up for a hidden divergence, end up pushing back down. So there's two stances I could take here. I'm not sure if the lower low is what I'm looking for. I kind of think that we'll be looking for something like, say this goes up to probably the red, probably go to $3 first. But if not, I have these already charted in. You'd be looking for a correction back down about $2, which it looks like it's already been doing back and forth. So, Cron's kind of a weird middle stance for me. I do want to see a lower low still, but it looks like everything's already done what it needs to do. We could be going up towards 350 on this one. So we'll see how that works. Link on the daily. I'm massively seeing already you have a divergence here. You already have dots. Simon's 2 of 3 for shorts. I'm going to go ahead and roll with that idea. I think that, like I said, with the rest of the market, I would be looking for correction still. Hidden divergence here as well. Massive hidden divergence. So I would be definitely betting on the fact that this probably already wave 1, wave 2'd. If I pull down to the lowest point here, we should be in the golden zone. So we hit golden zone perfect and rejected it. There's a chance we still go up towards 26s, maybe 32, to go ahead and suffice that 786 liquidation. So Link, I'm already stancing bearish on it. That's my idea right now. FTT. Looking through FTT first glance, FTT is a little bit confusing. I see the hidden divergence here. I kind of was stance with that. It did also make a hidden bullish. So there could be a reaction to the upside. Just seeing is like how everything goes with money flow. Looks like money flow finally broke under the 50. So I would be actually betting on a lower low coming in, which could be that correction I'm waiting for. So let's see if we can pull this here to here. Yeah, we're not at the 786. Could still go as low as 117. Could even touch the 864 at 99 cents. So FTT, I would be kind of betting on a lower low before any kind of movement. Going to the weekly now. Maybe pull up a weekly. Okay, weekly time frame for AA. All right, AA. Wow, that does look like it's bottomed out over here. I would be looking for, that's a hidden. Let me see. That's almost a hidden bullish right here. It's almost there. I would maybe expect one more dip. Let's see if we can get like a 60% correction or maybe a 786 on it. We haven't even done it yet. We're at 50. So I would actually bet for about $14, maybe more of a little bit of a drop. I think we're maybe in, this could be like an ABC. It could be a 1, 2, 3, but being as it's not longer than the first one, I would highly doubt it is. Let me see if I can pull that real quick. Yeah, it hasn't exceeded it yet, so I would actually expect this wave 3 or C wave to exceed the 50% line. So we would definitely be sinking under $22 pretty soon. I would be looking for that 786 is like a liquidation point. But as far as it goes, I'd be actually betting on this golden zone right here, 6.5 to 5.8. Looking at 1780 to about 1450 is one of the ranges I would be watching for on that. Now MP, oh yeah, MP baby, that is sexy. I'm not gonna lie, that's sexy as hell. That actually looks ready to go right now. I would be willing to bet this is a pull from the bottom to top and sitting on exactly 864. That's actually excellent. I would say MP is about ready to go. You could long-term this. Money flow has never broken above the 0.5, and every time that it does, it teases. But it's had a lot of rejections. I think it's about time MP takes a big turn. You can look on the RSI here. We've kind of like balanced and popped down. Now, we do technically have a lower low. While the RSI is diverging currently, it's sitting on the top of this channel. So I know most of you look at it and say it is lower. But when you look at a channel, this actually is channeling off. It's kind of like bounced in between. It's finally settling on top of the range, which does signal a bottom to me. So I'd be looking for this to be a pretty decent bottom. You go to Riot. Riot, pretty confusing chart. Not going to lie to you. I would actually be expecting a little bit more of a correction on Riot. I think Riot is going to take the same toll as Bitcoin would. I'd be expecting a little bit more of an upside here to the golden zone, maybe even 786, so about $26 to about 41, which could still double. It's some good money coming in, but then I'd be expecting a lower low dip. I do want to see this correction down here. So that correction down would actually pull us into that 786. So I'd be looking at about, that correction could be done actually. 618's there. So, man, sky's the limit on this one actually. When you pull it up, and it looks at looking at the fib, sky's the limit. You could be in a buy zone already. It could already be done. Looks like it had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that could have been wave 1, wave 2, or in wave 3. So we're going for wave 1. You're looking for a wave 2 out of this and possibly wave 3 to go. So if we're going for that bullish idea, I don't want to sit on the bearish idea here. Maybe back to the 50% just to secure it, so down to 680, 630. But I would be looking for the smaller range. Smaller range would actually take us down to 618. So back at that $6 range I was talking about, would touch the 50% on the larger fib, but actually touch the golden zone on the smaller fib, and you'd be looking for a $65 price target outside of that. Other price target was a little out of this world, talking about 1800. It is possible. It's not something I'm going to put my chips on at this moment. iRobot. Let's see. iRobot, buy. That's a pretty decent buy right now. I'd say you're a hidden bullish divergence out the ass. I'm not sure what happened with this one. Now, it doesn't look the greatest, but yeah, I'd be looking for a bit of a bullish move out of this one. Let's see if we can pull fibs and what that does. So pulling fibs, you've already violated a lot of the rules that I'd like to stick by. Really, we need to get back over $10.80 for me to feel confident in this. And if that's the case, the next range to break would be the 50%. Actually, the 6.1 side or 6.5. I actually looking for $22 if we could hold 11. So let's see if that happens. Currently, that's the bias. There's no bias really on that one. With Dash on the weekly, yeah, that's bullish. I like Dash really well. Looks like it's finally breaking above that 0.5 line. There could be some volatility coming with it. I like it. So I'm not going to pull any fibs on this one. I just like it. The fact that there is a green bar here signals this is at the bottom of the range. There's only up to go. So Dash, I do like that ticker. I'm a pretty big fan of it. And then I got JD added on here as well. JD, not been doing too hot. You know what I'm saying? It's been a little bit of a decline. We're right back at the 786 mark, which is what we wanted. We really need to surpass that 786, come to the 6.5, and then bounce around here. So I'd be looking for 35 to come out of this. If we can't surpass the $28 range, we're going to have problems, okay? JD could have some issues. We've kind of fallen off course of what I thought was going to happen in the past. These fibs aren't really pulling as they need to as well, so let's see if we can do this. Okay, so yeah, I'd be looking for $32 and maybe a bounce back towards 27. So let's just wait for that to play out. Let's see if we can break the $32 range, come back to the $28 range, and hold it. If we can hold it, I'm highly confident JD is a very good trade over the long term. Overall, same idea. I'm still a tan boy at heart. I really do like tan. Tan is kind of doing pretty well. It's kind of holding at the range that I want right now. I'm looking for a failure. I'd love a failure stab all the way down to $33, $34 if we can get it. If I can get that stab, bro, this is going to be trade of the year for me. So I'm still looking for a major suffice out of this up to mid hundreds. And I think we're going to get it. So JD is TAN is the solar industry, and that's one thing I'm heavily invested in. So I'll kind of keep you guys updated along that. But other than that, there's no more big paths. I really still do think Bitcoin had that topping range around 71, 70K. If we go up higher, we might have to change some of that bias, but I'm originally thinking we're going back down to the 40s, mid 30s, mid 40s, somewhere to look at for rebuys. But this would also be bigger stance. I'm 2026 plus. I'm looking for major bullish rallies. So everything I'm saying is more so corrective to kind of be able to allow you guys to get an entry point. But I do think the longer term is still buy. I don't think you're wrong if you're thinking long term. I think you'll be okay. There is good points and pivots to be able to buy back at, but you guys will have that figured out. We'll update you along the path. Other than that, we'll go ahead and run through that. I'll do a weekly bias scan on everything. We'll just do a Simon bias. So Simon has no bias here on Jasmine, no bias on Gala, no bias on Jupiter. We have a buy signal on FTM on the weekly. Actually, it's a double buy signal with no closure. So double buy signal waiting for that closure. Sol on the weekly buy signal. Bitcoin buy signal all the way from 28K. Massive run. Cron, no current buy signal just yet. I'll set that up. Link, there's a buy signal all the way here from 6. Beautiful run. FTT, no buy signal, actually under the bias line. So might actually get that drop I was looking for from it. AA, there is no bias currently. Everything's exited out. Had some buys going. It closed those, so that might be that drop I'm watching for. MP has no signals at all. Currently under the bias range, holding the fibs. I think MP is about ready to go. You could early signal that, and I will set up some signals on MP. I do like this stock a lot. Good job, Leaps. Riot, there's nothing there for me to bias on. iRobot, nothing there for me to bias on, completely below the bias line as well. So I would say the next thing to be looking for, if you're going to be buying, you're risking, again, stay with the plan on iRobot, see if you can surpass those levels, and we'll see what happens from it. Dash, currently no signals whatsoever. JD, no signals whatsoever, but currently set up for a buy signal to pinned. It is above the bias line if you look closely, so I'm liking it. So far, we have everything set up perfect. I'm going to stick with my biases. I'm going to stick with my ideas, and let's hope these things run. So anything else, we'll go do another update next week. Flood me again. I love you guys. I only bitch about it to joke, okay? I love this shit. I really do. I'm just doing the quick biases. If you guys want some actual TA, some in-depth shit, some charts broken down with fibs and all that kind of shit, price targets, projections, you're going to need to pick one single coin, one single ticker. Send that over to me, and you need to specify you want TA. It's called in-depth TA. So you could be doing a DTA, depth TA. As long as you give me a ticker, you give me a timeline, and you give me a DTA, I'll break down that one. But you don't get a bias scan if you're going to do the DTA, okay? Because I'm going to be breaking down and put some time into these charts, okay? No mid shit around here. I love you guys again. I wish you guys a happy Easter. Thank you guys for being here. Hopefully we can add some more members into this. Simon will be up and running pretty soon. The funding is almost secured on it. So we're in the final stages of everything. Everything's kind of coming together and blossoming. So stick around with us. I promise you guys have been patient. It will go without. It won't go without a reward. So I really appreciate you guys. We've got some cool things in the works. Thanks for being a part of Alertigo Plus. Thanks for being a part of Simon. Thanks for believing in us. And I really appreciate you guys every single day for being here. I'll say a prayer for everyone in this group. I hope we get a lot of money this year. I hope we make a lot of bank. And the sky is the limit, guys. So thanks for being here. Let's keep doing this. And I hope to hear from all you guys very soon. See you guys.